Hello guys, what's up? It's Tova. I hope you all are doing well today. If you're new to my channel, my name is Tova and I run an online clothing brand business called Reborn Club where I sell positive and uplifting messages on hoodies, journals, accessories, and so much more. So if you're interested in following along my small business journey, then don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I'm rocking the new hat today. I have been in like a really big navy mood and it's the navy vibe going on right now and I don't know, I'm just loving it. I'm also having a bad hair day, so that's why the hat's on. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than normal videos because we are going to be doing a sit-down Q&A and I haven't done a question and answer style video in so long. I used to do them all the time, but I feel like the launch day vlogs and small business vlogs just kind of got the best of me and I was taken away with those. So let's bring it back down to the basics and do a Q&A today. I left a question and answer community post up on my YouTube channel, basically asking people to ask me some questions. We got some questions from there and I also pulled some commonly asked questions from my YouTube comments. So I just figured I would answer all the commonly asked questions. If you are a business owner or you are looking to become a business owner, wondering about some certain things, I am pretty sure that you are going to have your questions answered today. I have all the questions on my notes app. All right, let's start with the first question. Hi Tova, I was wondering if you could talk about shipping and also if you had an Etsy to begin with. I was contemplating it at the beginning of starting my business, like Etsy or Shopify, because I didn't know what kind of business I wanted, but I'm very glad that I ended up going with Shopify. I have nothing against Etsy whatsoever. If you are someone that makes handmade crafted goods, like you do markets and like that kind of craftiness is your vibe, then I think that you would like Etsy because Etsy is very much like a crafted goods, DIY goods, like someone wants a customized cup or a customized shirt. Like it's that type of marketplace where people can find that kind of stuff. And the benefits of Etsy is that it's like a search engine in itself. So if someone wants customized t-shirts or customized baby bibs, I don't know, like something completely random. I feel like my whole house is shaking right now. Etsy would be a great place to do that because you would like search that up and your business could pop up and that would be super, super helpful. Whereas having something on Shopify or Wix or like any of the other websites where you can sell, you are responsible for bringing all the traffic to your website, which is something that I will also talk about in another question that somebody's asked. So this will be discussed, like how to bring traffic to your website, but I never ended up doing an Etsy. I just don't think it really aligns with my brand. As for shipping, I use different couriers to ship. I'm based in Canada and I know Canadian business owners who just use Canada Post because it's easier and that's fine. Me personally, I don't want to be charging my customers like an arm and a leg, and so I try to find the cheapest solutions so then my customers can also benefit from cheaper shipping. So I use a mix of couriers. I use ClickShip. That's like a third-party courier that handles couriers such as like Purelator, UPS, FedEx, like all these different couriers under one umbrella. It's called ClickShip by Freightcom. And then I've also used ChitChat and Stallion Express. Stallion Express and ChitChats are really good for international shipping. Like if you ship to the UK, Australia, America, that's really, really good. If you're in Canada, you should definitely check out those shipping couriers if you haven't already. The next question, Tova, I hate following up with my vendors and clients to pay on time. How do you make sure you get paid quickly and efficiently in your business? That is such a specific question. This is actually a really good question, something that I'd like to go in depth about because lately I found myself working with so many different vendors and different manufacturers, and also not just for Reborn Club, but like in terms of UGC content that I've been putting out, I've been working with different brands for like sponsorships and stuff like that, and it is the most like hair-pulling thing to get paid by brands who don't have a good payment system in place. Usually it's like net 30 to get paid, but you could be waiting for a lot longer than that. In the past, things have gotten really unorganized because there hasn't been a solid payment system in place or like a solid platform that I've trusted and been able to use to invoice my clients. But now I use Stripe via Sage Accounting to get paid efficiently and safely, securely, and I would recommend it to anyone. Stripe allows businesses to pay directly via credit card. So it's convenient for them because most businesses pay faster when it's through their credit card. And then it helps you move cash into your bank account because you set up your bank account right through Stripe. So once a business pays through their credit card, that money goes straight into your bank account. You don't have to wait for any checks in the mail, and it is just a much easier way of getting paid. And I'm not even over exaggerating when I say it took me like 3 minutes or less to set up my Stripe account via Sage Accounting. Since we're already here, I'm just gonna show you how I did it. Stripe allows you to to accept and send payments, as well as automate financial processes, whether it be online or in person. In order to set up Stripe with your Sage Accounting account, just click on the More option and hit Apps and Connections. Once you're here, you'll see Payment Services, and beside it, click on Stripe. Simply follow the prompts given to you on the screen, and in no time, you have officially integrated your Stripe account with Sage Accounting. A feature I love about invoicing through Sage Accounting is that you can actually see when your clients have viewed your invoice and when payment has been sent. You can enjoy the convenience of being able to take card payments from your clients and get paid securely and efficiently. If you remember from a few videos back, I actually touched on my small business taxes since it's tax season right now. And I mentioned that Sage Accounting is perfect for all your expensing, financial categorizing, income tax return, and invoicing needs. Getting started with a platform like this and being on top of your finances from the get-go is probably one of the most helpful things that you could do for your small business. Not even just for tax season and not even just for invoicing, but just to know the money that's coming in and out of your business. It's time to get organized with all your budgeting and financing needs, and Sage Accounting and Stripe is here to help. I use the Sage Cloud Start Accounting subscription plan, and I find that it's perfect for all of my needs. And the good news for you is that if you want to try Sage Accounting today, you can actually get 50% off your next 3 months by using the link in the description box down below. Anyways, I'm sorry, that was a very long answer, but let's get back into the rest of the questions. Hello, how to take, edit product photos, and also international shopping. Thank you. Let's just break this question apart. How to take and edit product photos. I have gone through so many different ways of like taking and editing my product photos, but what I find works best for me is just taking like a flat lay photo. I am still a little bit unhappy with how my website looks with product photos. I feel like I need to be better at it, or at least hire someone to smoothen out all my product photos, but honestly, that just slips my mind every time. So maybe I will properly tell myself to do this for the next launch. I just feel like I'm constantly putting so many things on the website that it would just be like all inconsistent if I get some of them professionally edited and not. So I just need to have them all done at the same time. Essentially, all I'll do is just take a photo of my item on the floor, or I will literally tape it to the wall and take a photo of it. And then I'll take it into Canva, or you could use Adobe Photoshop, and remove the background. After that, if you're already in Adobe Photoshop, it's very easy to start going into one of their tools. I think it's called masking, and you blur out some of the big creases to kind of make the item look a little bit more smooth. This is a very easy way of smoothing out photos, but I know that there are more intricate, harder ways to smoothen out photos. I just don't think I have the capability, the editing capability of doing that quite yet. Selling and shipping internationally, do you pay for duties and import tax shipping, or do you make the customer do that? Like, is that the customer's responsibility? That is the customer's responsibility. When you think about all the big brands that you order from, most of the time they're not paying for your duties. Like some have, some do. They include it in their general shipping price. But most of the time, at least for me, when I'm ordering from brands online, I am the one who's paying for the duties. So I don't think it should be your responsibility as the seller to be paying for those duties. When you order internationally, I feel like it is the customer's responsibility to know that there could be more charges that come with it. I wouldn't take that on. That's not your responsibility. And in terms of selling internationally, I wouldn't start selling internationally until you have like a proper shipping plan in place. There have been businesses who have started shipping internationally, and then they're stuck with like charging a flat rate because they don't want it to be that much for their clients. Like they're charging like $15, but then they get to the shipping part and they're actually paying like $30, $40 to ship. Obviously, that's a big chunk out of your sale from that person. It's just not worth it. So don't feel pressured or comparing yourself to other businesses who have started shipping internationally. If you can't afford it or you can't find a good shipping service, just stick to your local region. It's fine. You will find a service eventually, and you will find a way with your experience as a business owner. There's no pressure. It's not worth it to want to ship worldwide when you can't find affordable shipping options. Okay, next question. Hi Tova, I'm curious and would like to hear your replies to my questions. Did you purchase insurance to protect your small business? Did you start as a sole proprietorship or as an LLC? And what are some hardships or obstacles that you had to go through to get to where you are now? I don't have insurance to protect my business. I should. I don't though. I am a sole proprietor. I still am not an LLC. If anything, this year I might switch over to incorporated because it might make my business taxes like a little bit more simple, but 3 years into my business and I'm still sole proprietor. What are some hardships or obstacles that you had to go through to get to where you are now? I feel like as business owners, you're constantly going through obstacles and hardships. I would say some of like the major defining obstacles that I've had to go through was when ordering overseas. I'm still trying to perfect that entire situation. It is not easy and definitely not cheap to order from overseas. Sometimes I've had items come in that have been like, I've ordered samples, paid hundreds of dollars for samples just for them to come in and not even be able to get over my head, which is really discouraging. I ordered my journals, not the guided journals, but the new journals that I've come out with, the line journals. They got delayed by like 2 months just because they were stuck at the port by the sea. My manufacturers weren't helping me at the time and I had no clue where it was. There's like a lot of obstacles in terms of that. I've done pre-orders before where my customers have ordered items like specifically size small, medium, large, whatever, and they've ordered their items and I've put that order through with my manufacturers and then they've proceeded to make quantities of sizes that I didn't ask for and then charge me for it. There was like a really rough patch, like I think it was last July, where I was down like $6,000 because my manufacturer decided that they had extra fabric left over from the batch that we did together, and instead of just using that fabric for something else, they decided to make more sets for me and then charge me for it, although I didn't ask for it. Aside from that, I've also had people stealing my designs before. I've had someone threaten me that my I'm So Grateful For You design was going to get taken and trademarked by someone else, so I went and trademarked it right away. There's just times where it sucks. There's also a lot of obstacles where shipping couriers will lose my package for a customer and then my customer will try and solve it with that courier and then they're like, it's not my problem, not my responsibility. And then I'm stuck like having to replace the item or refund the person. There's a lot of hardships and obstacles as a business owner and they're really expensive. And I don't think that they stop happening. They keep building up and you just kind of get like mental toughness and you just learn to keep moving forward. Next question. How long did you come up with the idea for your business? And also how do you find the amazing music you use in your videos? I think it was like about 2 months where I came up with the idea for my business. I actually started my business as like a fluke. It was kind of not like I was never intending my business to turn into this. I was a personal trainer and I worked as a gym desk manager at a corporate gym, but then COVID hit and I lost that job. I was stuck at home. I like to keep busy. And so I was thinking of ways to kind of like start a side hustle. And I saw one of my friends who has a coffee page. Her name is Danielle. I'm actually wearing her merch right now. That's actually so funny. This is the merch that she came out with for her coffee page. And then I was like, what if I made merch too? Like if she can make merch, I can make merch. And I remember reaching out to her and being like, you're inspiring me to do this and how did you do it? So I thought, okay, what if I make merch for my own personal Instagram? I think someone else asked me about this in one of the questions, but I'm very lucky that I already had like an audience. I had 10,000 followers. I had an audience of people that I grew over the span of years that followed me and engaged with my content and knew me from online. And so I introduced my merch to these people and they obviously liked it. That's kind of how I got started. And I was doing all the orders through DM. It was all pre-orders until I was like, wait, what if I just, you know, like did something with this? And so I started up an Instagram and a TikTok and then I made a website and I came out with like, my first design wasn't I'm So Grateful For You. It was This Moment Will Never Come Again and I Love Your Energy. And I had to manifest that on my shirts. And those were like my first few designs. And then I decided to hire like a manufacturer to screen print for me. And that's when I came out with I'm So Grateful For You. And that design sold out like the same day that I posted it on my website. And the rest is kind of history. I just decided like, you know what, I was given a blessing of people who want to support me. I would be silly to not run with it and see where it goes. That's how I started. The whole span of like coming up with that was about like, I had the idea in January and then by February 24th, I had my website up and running. It was like a month and a half, I guess. When it comes to coming up with ideas for my business, most of the ideas like in terms of collections and designs actually just come from me having my me time. It comes from journals, like journal entries. Yeah, my notes app. So a lot of the time it's like when I was younger, like 17, 18, 19, and looking back at journal entries of that, like some stuff I pull inspiration from and then turn it into a collection. And then some stuff is like from recent experiences that I turn into collections. And that's how I get my ideas for my brand. I try to make it my brand, like my meaning, my life. And then as for music, I usually will pull covers from YouTube of just like random acoustic or piano covers of people singing well-known songs that don't get copyrighted, or I use Thematic. It's free to use, or you could get like a premium subscription. It's like a licensed thing and you won't get copyrighted for it. Next question, how long did you market before you launched? How did you go about it? I'm getting ready to launch this month and I haven't gotten any email list subscribers. Did you have someone help you with marketing or building your website? I have a beautiful website I got off Etsy, but I have to create my own banners and work on the back end of Shopify for my website. It's a lot, LOL. In terms of marketing before I launch, utilize all the social media platforms that you can. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest. I will say that like, I think TikTok and Instagram are gonna be your best friends in terms of like actually getting your brand out there, but it wouldn't hurt to have like, you know, brand identity everywhere. I never had someone help me with my marketing or building my website. I've always done it by myself. My website is made by myself. I learned how to do it. Literally YouTube and TikTok are like the best and helping you learn something fast. If you're looking to market before your launch, I would do a lot of trying to share your story, especially if you don't have the products before you launch. What you do have is your story and your values and meaning behind your brand. So start sharing that, like explaining why you started your brand. I don't know, get creative with it. Next question, when starting out, do you suggest someone should print on demand or buy inventory and do it yourself? Do you have any information on that? Much appreciated. When you're just starting out, like when I just started out, I didn't have any inventory. I had an idea, I had a design, and then I made the designs. Like I had one sample of one design, another sample of another design, and then I posted it, and then I took pre-orders. So let's say I got 10 pre-orders for this item, then I would order 10 of those sweatshirts, and then I would make them, and then I would ship them out to the person. So that's what I did when I started, and truthfully, I wouldn't change a single thing. Like I think that was the most cost-effective, risk-free decision that I made when starting my business. I have met people who have spent thousands, like literally almost 10 grand on their business before they even had a customer base. And I think that is a mistake personally. You don't know how anything is gonna go. Obviously you're like, my business is gonna do well. I have hope that it's gonna grow and blah, blah, blah. Like, of course you do. We all do, but sometimes things don't go to plan and sometimes seasons change and you're not able to get rid of that inventory. So if I were you, I would start by either printing on demand or doing pre-orders before you have like that audience. And then once you have an audience, then you can start keeping inventory. But I wouldn't ever start with like 500 pieces of something. I wouldn't go for more than 100 pieces of something when you're just starting. The reality of it is if you don't already have an audience of people following you or wanting to support you, you have friends and family, and you're just starting something from scratch, most of the time people aren't lucky and they don't have the happy-go-lucky stories. Most of the time if you launch and you have a couple people on your website and you get one order and it might be your mom or it might be your mom's best friend, and that's fine. Suddenly then the next month you get a couple more orders, and then suddenly you get more and more orders. Okay, next question, how do you always receive sales during your launches? I do want to clarify this, that not every launch am I like racking in like thousands and thousands of dollars or like hundreds of orders. Not every single launch is like that. However, no matter what, yes, I recognize that I get sales, and when it comes to receiving sales during launches, it's all in the marketing. So I'll usually start promoting a launch about a week before, and I will start by first announcing like something is coming. It's usually like a teaser post, and then if I'm restocking multiple items, then I'll start with one item, like okay, these hats are coming, and then I'll do a product focused post on that. The next day I'll show something else that's coming, and then usually by day 3 I'll do like an entire post of everything that's restocking, and I'll make like a countdown reminder for it, and that will allow people to start saving the countdown and for me to start seeing like, okay, is this restock gonna get traction? Who's liking it? Like how many people we're thinking are gonna order? It allows me to get a good gauge of that. About 2 to 3 days before the launch, that's when I just kind of spam. I'll do 2 posts a day, spam on the stories, do a Q&A. It's all in the marketing, Reels and TikToks and Instagram stories. Okay, next question, where do you get the pictures for your thank you cards? And where do you get your thank you cards? Pictures I'll either make, they're either my photos, or I'll get them off Pinterest, and then I make my thank you cards from Vistaprint. Okay, we're almost done. We have 2 more questions. I feel like I'm out of breath. Next question is, do you remember when you first launched your business? How long did it take you to get your first sale? How did you drive traffic to your website? And how do I get my first sale? I feel like I've been answering this kind of question a lot today, but in terms of driving traffic to your website and getting your first sale and just like getting an audience in general, I think keywords when you post on social media is so important. Hashtags are so so important. Instead of hashtagging all the time like small business owner, candle business, like whatever it is, start thinking about it from your customer's point of view. Like your customer isn't going to be searching up small business. Maybe sometimes they will. I feel like for most of the time they're not searching up small business. They're searching up oversized hoodies, cute hoodies with sayings on the back, soy candles, trucker hat, silver jewelry, chunky jewelry, like whatever your business is, like that's what they're searching up. So those are the things that you want to have in your keywords, in your caption, and in your hashtags. Don't get me wrong, like some posts where I'm showing like the journey of my business or like whatever, the ups and downs, I will tag small business so then I can reach you guys, like small business owners, fellow business owners, and have a community there. Just keep that in mind. If you're attracting other small business owners, yeah, maybe some of them will order, but that's not your target audience. Your target audience is your niche, like what you're selling. Keep that in mind when you're posting, because that will make a difference on driving traffic to your website and traffic to your social media in general. Think in general on getting your first sale. Social media could be your best friend. If I were you, I would look at businesses that are similar to yours, check out their social media and see what kind of posts they're doing. Don't steal their posts, but get a feel of what they're doing and start making videos that are similar to theirs in your own special, meaningful way. That should be able to help you if you're like a little bit stuck on what to post. Okay, last question is, have you noticed a difference in sales since you started your business during COVID until now? Yeah, I have. Let's pretend there's a graph. I started my business and it was like a pretty uphill climb to being like doing well. I was doing well. I had really good months. And then I would say like in 2023, maybe it started to go like down a little bit. Everyone started to go back into in-store shopping. Yeah, I don't know. I noticed like the support for small businesses, support small, shop online, like those things just kind of faded. It wasn't so heavily like targeted. Like people weren't talking about it as much. And I did notice my business kind of like go down, and I was having a really big crisis. Like, how do I attract new people? I felt like my current audience wasn't really my audience anymore. It was tough. And I just kept posting and posting. And then I feel like it's been slowly coming back up again. I have noticed a really big difference, and a lot of business owners have noticed a big difference since COVID. They have noticed their numbers just not getting to the place it used to be, and it's really tough. Yes, you compare yourself with other people as a business owner, but you also compare yourself with your previous selves, and when you're not getting better than the previous self, that's a really tough pill to swallow, because that's your business, like that's you that you're comparing yourself to, so you know it's possible for yourself. But it's important in those times to get critical about what you could be doing wrong, about what's not working. Really be honest with yourself and see how you can improve your business. Maybe it's finding a new target demographic or audience, maybe it's doing a rebrand. Yeah, don't give up on that stuff. Anyways, I feel like I've been talking for ages and I need to be quiet now. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. If you want to see more videos like these, then leave a comment down below and let me know. And if you have any other further questions, also leave a comment down below and maybe I'll make another video answering those questions. I'm sure I will see you guys again sometime soon, and don't forget to stay cool. Peace.
2, 3, funky.
My darling, I love you.